What we're going to do today is we're going to work on a very large dent. It stretches about 17 inches across, and at its widest point it's probably about 6 inches, maybe slightly a little bit bigger. It's on this 2004 Saab, and we're going to post this on our Answering Your Question of the Month for a couple of reasons. It's going to address a couple of questions. Number one, on a large dent we get a lot of questions on how long it takes to remove a dent. This being a very large dent, we're going to time it, and we're going to take shots just briefly every 15 minutes on the hour until the dent is completely removed, so that you can see the entire process. And then also we get questions about what tools are used and how this process of dent removal works. And I think this video will answer those questions very, very nicely as well. We can show how tools are used. It may also help address some of the misunderstandings that exist out there with dent removal and paintless dent removal. That do you use heat? Do you use dry ice? Do you use some kind of suction device or plunger or vacuum device to pull out a dent, pop, and there it goes? Those are not what we use to properly remove a dent, especially a dent this size. Here's the dent after a series of glue pulls across the lowest part of this dent, and as you can see, the bulk of the depth of this dent has been pulled up. And we just used glue tabs with hot glue and did a series of pulls across the lowest portion of this dent. It's roughly after about 20 minutes of work. After 45 minutes, this is what's left of the dent, and at this point the dent is being accessed from up underneath of the door through an access panel. And the two tools that have been used at this point are these two tools here. One's a little bit sharper tipped than the other. It's the dent at about an hour and a half mark. All the tools that have been used on this dent. This is the 2-hour mark. This is the dent at 3 hours out. There's just a little bit left. Okay, we're at hour 4.5, and got all the dings and everything out of the top portion of the door. And I'm going to pan across here and just show this big pile of tools that are laying around here. It's all this glue pullers, all these tools. Each and every one of these tools has been used in this door. Hour number 5. And the last little bit is there on the end, and that'll be gone here very shortly. Checking in here at the 5.5 hour mark on this door, and it pretty much is, I would say, probably about 85–90% of the way there. We've got a little more tune-up work here, and this will be good to go. 6.5 hour point. Okay, we're here at the 7-hour mark, and the door is complete. There's a heck of a lot of dents that came out of this door. The big one down at the bottom turned out really, really, really nice. This video actually answers a lot of questions that our customers have posed, and we're going to cover those briefly in summation here at the end of this. If you recall, we had a very large door dent here spanning about 17 to 18 inches across the bottom part of this 2004 Saab convertible. It's a classic vehicle. There was no paint damage that was done from whatever impacted it in the accident, and at its widest point it was roughly about 5.5 to 6 inches thick. So what we did with paintless dent removal is you saw how we use sometimes glue pulling to assist, and it is used frequently in assisting and pulling large dents. Secondly, you also saw the wide variety of different types of tools that are used in the backside. Going from the backside, we were able with those tools to push that dent back flush and flat with the surface back to the original pre-damage condition. That is what paintless dent removal is. What the process does not involve is heat, dry ice. Big one that you'll see on the internet now is compressed air, freezing and almost freeze drying an area with compressed air and letting it cool off and the dent is removed. Using vacuum devices, plungers, any of those types of things, those are all a myth. That is not what we use in paintless dent removal. As you can see, this particular dent was a very large dent, and it nearly took about 7 hours of patience and persistence to get it basically back to pre-damaged condition. You have another option. We're trying to raise the awareness with this video series that a lot of consumers are not aware of this process, that they have this alternative. So generally these types of things end up in a body shop, and that's how they're repaired. You do have an option, and we were able to repair this dent for 1/3 of the cost it would have involved in full auto body restoration and repainting this side of the vehicle. This particular customer that owns this vehicle needs this vehicle back here shortly, and we were able to do that. That is one of the convenience benefits and time benefits that paintless dent removal offers. Usually all repairs are accomplished in a day or less. So being that this was a large dent, it took the majority of the day to accomplish this, but this customer is going to be able to drive this car home today and have their vehicle, and that would not have been possible in someplace tied up in an auto body shop for several days or maybe even longer. If you check our website out again on the frequently asked questions section for more further information, you'll find questions that have been posed by our customers on that part of our site, and those answers are provided. If you see or have a question that is not on that site, please feel free to hit the link, pose your question, and we periodically update that portion of our site so that customers can pose their questions and then return back to find out what the answers are, or just give us a call here at Dent Ding Surgeon anytime, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. In this particular case, anytime that paintless dent removal is something that can be accomplished, in this case it will retain the value of your vehicle. So we look forward to serving you. We hope that we've answered several of your questions, and give us a call if we can help you anytime in the future with your dent repair or hail repair needs.